And James Madison really has yet to get in the game. Now, they did cut it to 4 after falling behind by 14 in the opening minutes. And it looked like they were going to make a game of it, and then they faltered, disappeared.
Here's a chance to get back onto a little bit of that run as the scoring drought's hit over 3 minutes for Troy.
Lead down to 10.
Yep. Eddie Ricks, who just rotated in, 2 really good quality players for the Dukes this year.
Grown hits both. It's Freeman, Brown, Ricks, Hutchins, Everett, and Taylor on the floor for Coach Bradley. There's a long distance three-point shot up and good for. So the Texas State lead remains 1. We sneak up on 5.5 minutes to go.
And then you see Coach TJ has brought in Tylen Pope back in the game. We talked about coming back in with about 5 or 6 minutes left.
Good catch there, Coach. As Brown probing with the dribble. Left corner, wide open 3 is good by Smith. JMU, meanwhile, 19 of 22 from the charity stripe. 90 seconds to go, and we are deadlocked at 72. Left corner, Freeman puts up the 3 and gives
under 12 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Watson's been the main offense, just being able to pull up and shoot that little short jumper.
Brown on Young. Gets it to Freeman, top of the key. He'll not hesitate to take that three-point shot for good reason. He hits another one.
Yes.
Brown will bring the ball up the court for JMU. He's been quiet so far in the first half with just 3 points. Smith steps out on Willis. He'll get it over to Brown. He'll cut it to Lindsey. Another open 3. He's not going to miss 2 in a row.
Yes, he came off that screen.
Wins or losses. It's been back and forth the entire year. Been a low-hill roller coaster, and driving all the way. Nice finish. Back for the Dukes at the other end. Smith, one of the top rebounders in the league, 7.3 or 6.3 per game. He averages 7.3 points. Xavier Brown came off the bench today. Smith sets up the 3 and knocks it down. San Diego is 23-4. Wow. And App State's beat the Dukes twice, and they've got 19 wins. Here's Lindsey, and he does get it to finish. Give the out of 5 from the field. He too has knocked down a 3-pointer. We're back tied at 54. James Madison has won 8 consecutive Sun Belt games. Freeman. Edwards working against Smith. Well off the mark. 2 Dukes going up for it. Freeman coming down smiling as A.J. Smith was there with his teammate. Under 6 minutes to go, opening half of play. Next to last home game for James Madison. This is the first of 4 road games as Smith
going to bounce back a little bit, which creates some space for him to get his shot off.
He's second in the Sun Belt in every rebounding category. Came in with 260 tonight. That ranked 13th nationally. And getting in on
in. He has all 5 of the Eagles' points to start. Hutchins, Everett, handoff to Xavier Brown. Lindsey from the elbow, hits the mid-range jumper. Dante Holloman, he has space for corner 3. Off the back iron, corralled by A.J. Smith. Drought continues for Georgia Southern. As James Madison, last few possessions, turning things around. Lindsey, oh, good pass, all alone to Wanna.
Sonny Wilson, his unique ability to finish inside amongst bigger defenders. Prime example of that there.
And ended a scoring drought of close to 4 minutes for Toledo. Catch and shoot 3 for Mark Freeman.
From the left wing is Miles Rigsby as he bumps with Freeman. Ball tapped loose. Brown comes up with it, spins off his man, looks back for Freeman. Freeman 3-pointer, knocks it down. As Dewar Gordon got a piece of it. From the foul line, off the rim, and Ricks III comes up with the board for James Madison. 2 minutes in, 2-0. The Monarchs with the early lead. Long-range three is good. Dropped in.
And JMU's trying to do something that hasn't been done yet this year in the Sun Belt. They're trying to knock off Old Dominion on their home court because Old Dominion hasn't lost on the road yet. 4-0.
That you don't see very often.
That is very unusual.
Freeman, long-range three from the left wing. Of 21 from the field, 3 of 14 on three-pointers. He was perfect on 8 free-throw tries. Three-pointer, long rebound. Hutchins Everett tries the schoolyard play and gets away with it, not the way they intended. And the Dukes rattle it in.
Williams back on the court for James Madison. Brown finds Freeman. Overlap that side and chucking it in.
Jones kind of had the wide open three there. I'm not going to say he's wrong by putting it on the floor there because he's really good at that mid-range game, but I think I might have shot the three if I was in his position there.
Freeman. So he had that screen from Everett. Gives it on up, 8 to shoot. Here's Brown. Lovings Watts. Bang! Number 8.
Averaging 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Yes, sir. A lot of double-doubles this year. Nice move going straight downhill.
Three-point shot put up there by Bryce Lindsey. Rebound. Can't secure one. Here comes James Madison. Lindsey and Brown back over to Bryce Lindsey. Hits another three. Puts a body on him. Dangerous pass through the paint. Three put up there by Hamilton is no good. The rebound cleared by JMU. They hand it off to Freeman, the open shooter in the corner. Well, Brown brings it back out front. Freeman long three, and it's good.
Very fundamental show here, playing great basketball and knocking down their shots.
Xavier Brown sends it over to Lindsey, thinking about it, long three, and it's good. That is three.
The students went on break in early December, and they have returned back as classes start on Tuesday. But in effect, App State has taken the crowd out of this contest. That might help right there with Eddie Ricks returning from last year.
Right.
But expecting Freeman to have a little bit more game-for-game impact scoring-wise. Now, even though he didn't score much on Thursday, he did have an impact in the game, particularly in distribution and defense.
7 in this one.
Hey, he is a stat sheet stuffer. Freeman at the free throw line, turns, can't get it to hot for him. Ricks has it, throws it back out to Freeman. Brown drives, the kick. Ricks from the left corner, count it.
At 21 in their last game, that's his 5th game this season with 20 or more points.
Down low, patience, bucket.
Yeah, good point, Kurt.
From Syracuse, lofting it up. Taylor got a hand on it, got the rebound, out to Lindsey.
Yeah, good job by Taylor to tip that to allow his teammate to get the rebound and keep it alive.
Dewana back on the floor for James Madison. Here goes Brown working into the keyhole. Fires out right side, setting the shot, and the bucket is good. Bryce Lindsey with the tray. He's
been a capable scorer before, dropped 40 in a contest while with Washington State, but just hasn't had that success just yet. Brown with the open floor turnover. Now here's Freeman wide open on the wing, and he hits the trail.
What a pass. But something good's going to happen when that guy gets in the middle of the lane.
Bober in 2 hands, his 10th point of the contest. 3-point answer the other way from A.J. Smith. Superstar.
You know, pick your poison with Miles Tate like we talked about before. I mean, the only way I could see that you could slow him down even a little bit would be to find.
Here you see A.J. Smith, Elijah Hutchins, Everett back in the game. Lindsey will knock down.
He's 7 for 7 from the three-point line. I mean, just incredible shooting. You won't see many shooting performances better than the one he's putting on tonight.
And how about this guy? He can do it as well.
A.J. Smith, skies for the board for JMU. Here's Brown with the ball ripped, gets the screen. Brown makes his way in the paint, kick out right side, and that's a three splat.
They're not guarding him at all. They're staying 10 feet off of him, but he's putting the ball on the floor, closing the space, and getting good looks.
Three-pointer.
3 buckets thus far. The basketball team under Coach Mark Byington started to bring that same type of reputation. Three-pointer, that's his second. He's only 3 out of 15. So he's got a couple of trays today from unexpected folks.
I would guess that Brewer is a really good shooter who hasn't shot it well yet. Because he looked really good stepping in and shooting that three.
And Eddie Ricks will answer all clear on out. On our replay, Hutchins Everett bumps and pumps it in. On a couple occasions by a dozen points. In fact, scored the first 12 points in the game, but from the second quarter on, James Madison put the defensive clamps down and went to work and won the ball game. That drops in. He's had a couple from mid-range. That's his second bucket. Actually, his third.
3 for 3. Yes, sir.
And there's Anderson. At Daytona Beach, that is. I'm sorry. The women were at St. Pete. That's what happens when you get 2 games in the same day. Jamie women again played here and won earlier. And that rattles their game. Now, there have been a couple of games this year, like down at Norfolk State, where they have chucked it up quite a bit. But those don't necessarily seem to be within the game plan. They were more in a desperation mode. And that was so early in the year with this group of guys trying to learn each other. I'm sure there was some frustrations in games of that sort, too, for everybody involved, from the fans to the players. There's hardly enough seats to occupy for everybody.
Well, when you take the leading scorer off the table before the game even starts, it shortens the bench even.
He'll go outside to Broom. Broom will drive the lane, has it knocked loose. Here comes James Madison off the turnover.
Not many turnovers today at all for South. Can James Madison take advantage of it?
A lot of things with the basketball. They're a very versatile basketball team, and they force a lot of turnovers.
Yep, stripped inside. Efton Reed turns it over. Ricks left wide open, knocks it down.
This is not the type of team in James Madison that you want to get behind. What have you done for me lately, guy, right now? That's good to see the ball go in the basket. Cam Hildreth fan or Wake fan.
Looking high, and a foul called at the rim with Duana.
They went to UC Irvine. 25-15. Dukes once trailed 10-3, but after a 10-0 run, has had the lead ever since. Brown penetrates the kick out. Eddie Ricks knocks down another three.
It's 4, so starting him today, that tells you that Coach Phillips has got a good feel for his team.
That snaps a 9-0 run for the Dukes. So James Madison's had a 10-0 run and a 9-0 run. In a hurry, Hayden Welling has his first bucket. Welling, playing his 9th game, does have 1 start under his belt this year. Bryce Lindsey has had an excellent start for James Madison. 6-man off the bench. A.J. Smith parking out in the right corner.
He's already played 15 minutes, which is what he averages for a game. So he's picking up those minutes evidently for Ethan Potter, who appears to not be available.
Yeah, Ethan Potter had started all 8 games before.
Yeah, we haven't seen him.
Have not, no. Cutting and finishing the play, Smith.
3-on-3 with all those bodies or not, but could be a pretty legitimate game.
Yeah, Tanner started his career at BYU, but found himself in a very deep pool of wings. And speaking of a deep pool, Toulson, that's deflected, partial block by Duana.
He changes the game defensively in there, I'm telling you. He is a rim protector.
Well, and that nearly created a fast break opportunity for the Dukes. And if there's a fast break, there's no zone.
And it might have been a fast break in the first half. You're attacking a little differently now, late in the game with a big lead.
There it is for 44. And the 20-point lead is the largest JMU has enjoyed in any game this season against a Division I opponent.
I was going to say, wait a minute. There was one game where they had a bigger lead than that, but you're right. I understand why you wouldn't count that one.
Have to qualify things every once in a
Mary
while.
Baldwin's a fantastic Division III school, but they don't have scholarship athletes.
Another transfer from Moorhead. Driving, Freeman, fadeaway shot off the iron. He hits the floor. Basketball does not, and JMU will get a restart here with Hutchins Everett grabbing the board. The drive by Xavier Brown. Three-pointer by the big fella, and it's good. Savage in his second year as the head coach in his second stint at the program. Swiped away by Xavier Brown, gives it up to Ricks. Ricks has to change his trajectory. Is to get 3 knockouts or stops in succession. If they do that, as they build and pack those in, then your chances of winning are much greater. Brown, one of the holdovers from the Byington regime here at JMU. Ricks hits the 3. For Seymour, who averages 16.5 a game, 7 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game. They share the ball pretty well, do the Bucks?
They do, and Seymour's a great story. He went from 4.5 to 8.7 to 14.
2 here in this half. He had 1 at halftime.
That's a big call because at times he's the focal point of the offense.
Ball knocked away, picked up by Brown. Brown kicks out right side, 3-pointer. That's good. That's his first bucket of the day. He has a career high of 26. That came against Queens.
Yeah, he's had flashes. He had 7 threes against Coppin, but they'd like him to be more consistent as the Dukes and
interior matchups we've seen in this tournament. Here's a takeaway. Brown looks ahead. Great job finding his backcourt to play here in the first half. 8-point lead for the Dukes. Looking for more here before the horn. Pass up ahead. Lindsay got it at the buzzer. Another bucket. He's a fun player to watch. 3 straight away. No good. I know. Here's a backdoor lob to A.J. Smith. James Madison with an opportunity for their first points of the day. Nice pass down to the low block to Everett Hutchins. Oh, Hutchins Everett, my goodness. Elijah Hutchins Everett. Meanwhile, UC San Diego did so well yesterday was just simply execute. That sounds so easy, but when you do, here's a good executed play by the Duke by Ricks. He is all over Tyler McGuy, forces the miss. Xavier Brown working on Hayden Gray. Nice look, backdoor. A.J. Smith, team foul on the Tritons, so Smith the trigger underneath their own goal. Inbound, Lindsay wide open 3, gets the shooter's touch. Henderson cut off, gives to Mason. Loses it. Anderson comes up with a big steal for JMU. Lindsay with it. 40 seconds to play in the first half. They'll reset out top. Brown. He'll work on Freeman. Gets a screen, drives, picks up his dribble, needs help. Lindsay again, can he hit 4? Sure he can. Sure.
Shot clock to 2. Jones drives, puts it up, no. And the Dukes come the other way quickly. There's a 3 from Freeman. It's good. Over to May on the left wing. May step back jumper is short and Brown the rebound. And you can see with the Dukes, every time they get it, they want to push it down the floor. Rip it into the right corner. There's a 3 hit by Lynn.
I know someone else on Towson with the rebound.
Park with a long 3. That's no good. And the rebound, Brown. Brown weaving his way through traffic, spins in the lane, gives it off, layup to Taylor.
And he's done it.
Drive by Tark, banks it up, no. Rebound is grabbed by Taylor. Ahead to Brown. Brown in the corner. Freeman pumps, fires the 3 and hits.
Now they've broken down. They're really going a lot of one-on-one. I don't think that's the answer for them. I think they need to stay disciplined and try to look for those backdoor cuts and those easy looks and make JMU defend for 30 seconds rather than going one-on-one in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock.
Brown picks up his dribble, finds Hutchins Everett, and he's just too big down there to handle.
Then if it balloons up another 6 or 8.
Backdoor cut, and there's the first dunk of the season.
Up there and come away 0 for 2. And you're trying to hang in the game here late. Trying to make one final push.
Brown turns the corner, kicks it out. Here's a 3-pointer from the big man.